Right, Neil. Brilliant win the other night. It must have been a decent day or so since then for you.
Yeah, we worked hard yesterday. We had to, obviously we got really we didn't get in till like 1:30 in early hours of the morning, so it was just a matter of coming in and getting the cobwebs off in the afternoon and getting ready. Today we're going to do more on the game tomorrow, but it's a quick turnaround and you know I felt really tired, so I don't. I would imagine the lads would have felt tired yesterday, but we've got to get up now another 24 hours and raring to go.
What pleased you the most about the win? Anything in particular?
No, I just thought everybody was committed. I didn't think there was a weakness really, and that's all you can expect. If you get beat when everybody's committed and does the job, then you've got to hold your hand up. But I'm disappointed we haven't come away with sort of 6 points in the two games we've played. But it was difficult to go to Forest. The sort of pressure that they were under. And I think that we knew that they'd have a right go with it being that sort of pressure, and I thought we coped well with that. And the goal obviously helped us calm it down as well. So it was good really to give the two new lads, well, all three of them a game and get the minutes under the belt as well.
And obviously Chris Hughton paid the price the morning after. You were talking to us afterwards about how nervous you felt before kick-off, so you couldn't imagine what he was feeling. I mean, it's you said it's every man for himself, and that's obviously right, but you still must feel for him to get the sack.
You do. I mean, I had a long talk to him before the game, so I think it was always ominous, and that's how football clubs are run at the moment. It's without going into any details, we've all been there now, with different owners. Have different ways of doing things, and unfortunately, the manager always pays the price.
You were talking about how good it was for your lads to get off in the goal scoring terms, the two new lads the other night, but also Dale Fry was our man of the match during our commentary, and he and Grant Hall had really good games, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased he is underrated, if I'm honest. I'll start telling everybody about him in years to come. But at the moment, he's irreplaceable. We just got to hope, fingers crossed, that we've already lost sort of Paddy and Bowler, which has been a big blow really, and that's why I think the lads have coped really well with that. But to lose, somebody like Dale as well would be a catastrophe. Really, he's playing that well.
Just on Paddy and Mark Bowler, no updates on them. They won't be available for this weekend.
I don't think so. I mean, they both did some light training yesterday, so I didn't see the physios because it was getting towards tea time. I think I'll be having a meeting with the physios and the doc straight after the press conference today and before we train, so I'll know more then.
Blackpool next then, and back at the Riverside. I mean, it's another side that's struggling, although it's still early days, and you look to capitalise on that.
Well, you say struggling. Ronnie Jepson went to the game the other night. And when you read it in the papers, it looks lopsided. But Ronnie said they should have been 2-0 up easily. They had two great chances and that would have been a different game. Goals change games. And he said they were the better side, Blackpool, in the first. So you've got to be a little bit careful. Yeah, they took the goals well, and the 3 goals in 17 minutes or 14 minutes killed the game off, really. But Ron said it wasn't a game like that. So we're not kidding ourselves. They beat us quite easily in the cup. They showed what a good footballing side they were, and the movement, and they got good forwards, good wide players, and we'll have to be on our toes.
Is there a bit of revenge in the air after that League Cup defeat then, or was it completely different? Obviously, being a different competition.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything like that really. You just want to continue. When you've had a good result, you want to try and get another good result on top of that, and that's what builds the confidence really. So, can we put another performance together? I don't know.
And obviously back in front of the Riverside crowd, one win there so far this season. So it's a chance to build a bit of momentum up in front of your home fans, really.
Yeah, you mean one defeat all season? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think we've been very unfortunate not to win games there. But I think the fans have been really appreciative of the type of football we've played. and just that spark that we've missed that hopefully the new lads will give us.
I know it sounds obvious, but it's important to build a run, isn't it? You know, if you could go get several wins on the bounce, easier said than done, as we all know, in the Championship or in any league. But to go on a bit of an unbeaten run, stringing wins together, it would be fantastic for everything.
Well, that's what every club strives for. But this league is so unpredictable. I mean, you know, Fulham undefeated, and then our opponents tomorrow, Blackpool, beat them. You know, who would have put? Nobody would have put money on that, and that's the game of that's what this game is all about in the Championship. Blackpool can beat anybody on the day. We can beat anybody on the day, and everybody can. It's just getting that consistency, and you know the Fulhams of this world, they have got massive squads really, and you know they've got two teams, most of them, the teams that come down. So you know we're all battling to try and get that 2 or 3 wins on the trot, but it is very, very difficult.
And just finally, resting Isaiah Jones the other night, a lot of people were surprised because he's had such a fantastic start to the season. It just goes to underline how carefully you've got to manage young players in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was tired at Coventry. He'd done such a lot of work. But what I would say to you is, if I left Hernandez out, would people have said, why ain't he played Hernandez? If I'd have left Tav out, would they have said, why ain't he played Tav? You know, you can't win as a manager, can you? You do one, you get blamed for the other. Everybody's great after the game. Everybody picks the right team after the game. Unfortunately, I've got to pick it before. In that particular case, I thought Isaiah was very, very tired at Coventry, but so he should be. He puts a shift in every game. But now it's great to have him around the squad looking at it. And, you know, I mean, Tav and Hernandez and people like that have got to be on the toes, really, because, you know, he deserves to be in the team, like you've said.
Obviously, it is early days, but just knowing or seeing when you look at the table how much that win sort of catapulted you up the league, that must be a morale boost for everybody.
It is. It's also, from my own point of view, a huge disappointment at the minute because the points that we've thrown away that I think we should have had as well. So it just magnifies it really, and that's why it's always important to try and capitalise on a good result like that with another one, because that's what the good teams do. They get that consistency, you know. But you know we've got quite a hungry squad now, and I think the new lads have given everybody a lift that we hadn't had before, you know.
And also to get that first win away, that's something else that adds to that sort of sense of self-belief, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And, I mean, once again, the crowd was fantastic. I've never heard it like it. You know, midweek in Nottingham, I just can't really put that into words what it means to the lads. It gives everybody such a lift when you see all the nutters up there shouting their heads off and with the red waving the scarves and that. And, you know, I think it's fabulous, mate, when the volume that they come out with. And it's nice when they get the right result because you know they're going to drive back up the motorway happy and, yeah, probably discussing my team selection, but happy with the result.
And then to go back to the Riverside and have a home crowd, you know, and hopefully a big home crowd for this one. For some of the new boys, that'll be a new thing, won't it, really? And they kind of hopefully will get a boost from that as well.
Well, I had a chat with Hernandez and Andras on the pitch, and he said about the crowd, and I said, if you think that's good, wait till Saturday, you know, because I said you've not heard anything like the crowd on Saturday when you get out. So I think they're all looking forward to it. People like Andras and Hernandez and James as well. You know, they're the type of lads who it brings the best out of them. Crowds, the atmosphere, you know, the noise up and down, and I think that gets you that extra bit which you need, and you know, I think they're all looking forward to it. Yeah.
And how important was it for the new boys to get off the mark as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I did tell Andras the day before I wasn't going to play him, so it just shows you really. You know, I just think that sometimes you get little feelings about changing things, and that's what I did. I had a change of mind. I thought, well, let's give him some minutes, thinking about Saturday's game coming up. he needs to have some games before that ending up. So when I told him he was playing, he said, "Yes, I am ready," and he's a confident lad. I don't think I've met one as confident as him for many years.
So was that a sort of clever managerial psychological sort of trick then, to tell him he wasn't playing and then tell him he was?
I'll say absolutely yes. It was a brilliant stroke of genius. I wish it were. No, I just had a look at the way they played, and I thought, no, I'll change my mind. I'll start with him, and it worked really. I thought it was a positive start for him.
Thank you very much. That's fine for me, Neil. Good luck.
Thank you.
Simon from Tantees.
Come on, Simon, let's go.
Hi, Neil. I've only got a couple. Obviously, it was a good night for a couple of new signings. Still a new signing yet to have probably a good night or a good day, Pereiro. What's the situation with him now?
I've just seen Blackie on my way into this press here, and he was telling me that he trained really well yesterday. So I'm hoping he's with us this morning. And like I say, I haven't had my meeting yet. I'll be having my meeting with the doc and the physio straight after. But it wasn't much. His ankle that he went over on wasn't a problem on the scan. It just, as he went over on it, he actually just did something at the side of his knee. The reaction of the ankle type of thing. So it was that what was sore the other day. And but he wasn't available. So, he's unlucky in that respect, because I probably would have played him the other night as well. But if he's on, hopefully he'd be available to be on the bench at least. I hope.
Only other one. You sort of said you said after the match on Wednesday that you kind of said that you hadn't actually been happy about what they gave you on Saturday last week at Coventry.
Only two, maybe three. That's all.
But so, just from that point of view, how important was it for you to see them give you that response that you'd asked for?
Well, I saw all the individuals that I thought let me down. The three lads that let me down because there's something wrong. There was something wrong. I knew before the game one of them wasn't right. Looking into his eyes, I know it sounds daft, and I knew straight away during the game, within the first 10 minutes, that the other two weren't on the game. So we had to look at it, and I know it sounds silly, but we get to the hotel and they eat at 6 o'clock at night, and then we have snacks at 9 o'clock, and then we down for breakfast and then a pre-match. Well, some lads eating at night, and then they don't come down for the snacks, then they don't want to get up for breakfast, so they don't eat from 6 o'clock until midday the next day. So you're going to be a bit weak. So they've got to look into it a little bit more professional, and I think that's what they've done now since I found out all these little habits, because there's got to be something that makes them, they're not bad players, but on Saturday at Coventry, I didn't recognise three of them.